It's no secret that agriculture here in Georgia is huge, and just how huge it is can be shown as multi-million-dollar ag centers pop up across the state. The most recent is in Newton County and is something that has been a long time coming.
About 15 years ago, we had some people who had the interest of getting the Newton County Ag Center started. I got involved in it roughly about 10 years ago, and we were looking for a place to have a location to have an ag center in Newton County. They had $1.1 million of splashed money in Newton County, but they had no property to put the center on.
They finally got all the details worked out, and of course, nothing is official until they have a dedication ceremony, which is where the story really gets interesting. They decided to name one of the three buildings after a man that's been deemed a champion for agriculture and helped get the ag center started.
Mort is one of the original fathers of this dream, and Mort got involved, and he's not stopped being involved from the day one.
Being a part of the process is a natural fit for Mort, as he's been in or around ag since he can remember.
Well, I've been farming all my life. I'm a sixth-generation farmer in Newton County, and started showing Jersey heifers when I was about 6 years old at the Newton County Fair. So I've always been involved in agriculture, started out in 4-H, and then was very active in the FFA organization all through high school.
After high school, he continued to be involved with ag, even becoming president of Georgia Farm Bureau in 1988 and serving 6 years until 1994.
I started out being active in the Newton County Farm Bureau, served as president, I think 9 years. Then I became a state Farm Bureau director. Then I was vice president for 9 years, and then state president for 6 years. And it just sort of became natural to try to do something for agriculture and something for farmers.
Since leaving the Bureau, he has continued to be an advocate for ag, making an impact for the industry and making an impact in the lives of children, like helping get this ag center built.
Agriculture is the base of our economy, and you have to understand, without agriculture, you have no food, you have no clothes to wear, and no clean water to drink. So it's important to me to try to leave Newton County and the state of Georgia and the USA in a better position than when I was born 80 years ago. So I have a passion for trying to help young people understand the importance of agriculture and to utilize the 4-H and FFA and the Farm Bureau to develop leadership for the leaders of this country.
Reporting in Covington for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.